Welcome to Hook, Line, and Love, where we head out to go fishing for fish, for the wife and children, the family, according to the itch.io description. But maybe interesting things will happen. Alright, let's roll. Every day I catch fish to feed my family. I go out to a fishing spot not far from my house. I take my rod, my boat, my bait, my bucket, and I always come home to my lovely wife and children with fresh fish for us to eat. My wife makes a wonderful charred grilled fish. My kids love my wife's fish and chips. And don't even get me started on her fish soup. So of course I set out today for my daily fishing trip. But the road to my usual fishing spot was blocked off. Something about environmental damage, I think. A real shame, honestly. That fishing spot is where I met my wife. So I decided to try my luck at a nearby lake. Okay, let's do this just like I did at my old fishing spot. When I see a fish, I gotta quickly press A to lure it in. Afterwards, I use left and right buttons to move the colored bar behind it. If I keep it behind there long enough, I should be able to catch it. If I can't do that though, I lose the fish and have to catch another. Waiting for fish. Geez, that is loud. Tuna! Hi there, friend. What? I said hi. Aren't you going to say hi back? Fish don't talk. Well, this one does. And so does the one on Death Earth if you catch it. But I'm talking, aren't I? If I haven't gone mad, then yes. You look pretty sane to me, friend. Oh, wonderful. A talking fish thinks I'm sane. I'm here to tell you something important. Some silly little factory up the road has started dumping nuclear waste here. So the other fish have been acting quite strange recently. Strange? Because they talk like you? Don't be silly. I'm a normal fish. Right. That's all I have to say. I just thought you could use the warning. Happy fishing, friend. Now, if you just return me to the lake, I don't think so. I need fish to feed my... Nope. The tuna jumped from my hands right over the edge off my boat. And just like that, I'm back at square one. Hopefully I'll get another catch soon. Aw, man. I'll lower that in editing. You caught a anglerfish. Oh, a human. Ew. Rude. You're all gross and fleshy. I thought anglerfish were carnivores. I wasn't aware that carnivore meant no standards. Ugh. So you come here often? No, and considering the fact that all of you fish so far talk, I don't think I'll be back here again. Anyway, clearly you're a dud, so if you just let me push you out of my boat... Wait! I'm here in your boat for a reason. Because you were stupid enough to bite my hook? No. I bit onto that hook on purpose. Trust me, I know a thing or two about lures. So why are you here? I sort of wanted to talk to a human. You seem interesting. even if you're yucky and hairy. Does the fish want to talk to me or not? Yeet her back into the lake. Ask her what she would like to talk about. Tell her that you'll only talk if she apologizes for being rude. Sure. If you want to talk to me, I expect an apology for your behavior. Do I really have to? Would you really want to talk to me if I started insulting your appearance? What is there to insult? Don't ask me. Your lifeless eyes, your patchy fish skin, your bad breath, your generally ghastly appearance, your... Stop. You made your point. I'm sorry that I said things that were mean, but true. I won't do it again. Thank you. No being mean, folks. I should warn you, though. It's going to be very hard for me to learn the things I want to learn about humans without being insulting. How so? I want to learn more about humans, right? And I was wondering what all those hairs of yours are for, but... How is saying that I have hair insulting? Well, I called you hairy before and it made you grumpy. Yeah, because you were using the word to imply that I'm icky. But me saying that you have hair isn't the same. No. I don't get it. Ugh. Humans are complicated. I don't think that it's a very good example of humans being complicated, but we sure can be. Do you think that we fish might have anything complicated like that in our world? I wouldn't have a clue. But considering the fact you've turned into something that looks like a human, I suppose it may be possible. Like, ask if fish do taxes, ask if fish keep having their food turned into humans. Sure. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. There's so much drama in this lake alone. And I don't just hear drama from this lake. I heard gossip from all over. Got any particularly good stories to tell? I'll try to stay out of most of it, of course. But there is this one story I've heard about a lot. A few lakes over, I heard that a fisherman would visit regularly. Like, they literally went to that lake every day. They fished a salmon out of the lake, got annoyed for some reason, and threw it back in the water. But every single day, they kept catching the same salmon. They eventually just took the salmon home. Word is that they are dating, which is particularly scandalous considering she was being courted by another salmon at the time. Do you think they are engaged yet? This story sounds vaguely familiar. I would have no idea. I like to think that they just ate the fish, though. No use wasting some good food. Now that's something I can get behind. Oh yeah. You humans eat fish too, don't you? I guess we do have some common grounds, despite our differences. Truth be told, it can get sort of lonely in the lake. There aren't any other anglerfish, and everyone else in the lake is my prey. I'm sorry to hear that. It's good to be able to talk to someone for once, even if we did start off on the wrong foot. I guess I'm just used to my relationship starting as adversarial. It would be nice to make some friends. I don't really want to make any friends with my food, though, so maybe I'll talk to the boot in this lake or something. You know, it would be nice if you would come to visit in the future. That's if you also enjoy talking to me. Sure. I'll be sure to visit in the future. You will? Wow, thank you. Well, I should probably leave now and let you catch some fish. We all need to eat after all. Now hang on. I have an idea. You're good at luring fish, right? I'm the best there is. If you help me catch some fish, I'll invite you over to eat dinner with me and my family. You do that for me? My wife cooks the best fish dishes. I figured you want to try them. I've always wanted to try cooked fish. Consider it done. Anglerfish practically scrambles to get back into the lake. She turns back into her fish form and speeds off to help lure in some fish. Anglerfish successfully helps you fish your entire bucket with fish. It's enough to last your family the entire week, plus some extra. Better yet, none of them turn into anime girls. You bring her home and introduce her to your wife and children. She's a bit awkward at first, but quickly relaxes and gets along with them really well. Anglerfish thoroughly enjoys their first taste of charred grillfish, and you strike a deal with her to have her assist you with fishing every day. Your wife is very grateful that Anglerfish is helping you get your daily fish done quicker so that you can spend more time with your family. Your kids start calling her Auntie Anglerfish. And that's an ending. Okay, we're back in catching a different fish. Okay, I was too late. Jellyfish. Who dares disturb me? Me. Oh, a lowly human. You seem fairly maidenless. It was very rude of you to fish me up like that. But I am a kind jellyfish who is of royal blood, so I will forgive you. I don't need your forgiveness. I will also grace you with my presence for a little longer since I am so generous. Throw this royal pain in the butt back in the water. Tell her that she's being rude. Hey, could you please stop acting like you're above me or something? That's not very nice of you. Huh? And where do you get off talking to royalty like that? Where do you get off talking to anybody like that? Well, if you were of the status or class that I am, you would understand. Sure. I'm going to assume that you mean that for the sake of civility. So what brings a lowly human such as yourself to my lake? Your lake? Who else's lake would this be? Well, I've heard the factory up the road has certainly claimed this lake as a dumping ground. Anyway, I'm here to catch dinner for my wife and kids. And so you caught me. If I had any control over what I got caught on my hook, I would have caught an actual fish. Not some jellyfish. I am not some jellyfish. I am a jellyfish of high social. Please spare me the lecture. Fine. Well, I wish you luck in catching some of your family. For your family. Hang on. Well, I wish you luck in catching something for your family. There we go. But I still think that you should be more careful about what you get your hook on your hook. Tell her that isn't how fishing works. Apologize. Apologize, but tell her that she should watch where she is going in future. Look, I'm sorry. But could I please ask you to watch where you're going in the future? Surely you could have seen my hook and swam around it. I'm willing to accept that some of the fault here lies on with me. But you also had a part to play. Well, if you're at least willing to accept that you weren't careful enough, then fine. I do not compromise like this often, so consider yourself lucky. I really feel like I'm not receiving the appropriate level of respect from you. You seem so ignorant to my royal status and the respect that should afford me. Everyone, regardless of class or upbringing, should at least know the baseline manners needed for interacting with royalty. Look, lady, I literally just came here to fish up some dinner for my family. I didn't come here expecting to talk to some self-proclaimed royalty. And not to get political or anything, but say that you don't like jellyfish, say that you don't support power structures underpinned by concept like birthright. Say that even though you are not royalty, you deserve respect too. Sure. Those who are not royal still deserve basic respect. You've come into my boat. and you've been referring to me like some small, sniveling, lowly thing. If I am not treated with basic decency from the get-go, then I will not be respectful in return. Well, you made your point, I suppose. Uh, you're right. I probably need to be kinder to others. I'm sorry about the way I've treated you. It's just, I've been so irritable recently. This lake isn't really my home. I was forcibly moved here recently. It's cramped. The water is filthy. Nobody here knows who I am. It's just been so hard to handle. I don't think jellyfish are supposed to live in lakes. I'm sorry to hear that. That must have been difficult. Indeed. Do you know where you come from? The ocean. No idea what part of it, though. I wish I could go back, even if it wasn't in the same spot. Well, I mean, you catch a few fish with jellyfish still in the boat. She's fascinated to watch how fishing works. Once you've caught your fish from your dinner, you drive home with jellyfish in your car. You call your wife and children out of the house. Tonight, we're going to have dinner on the beach. You drive down the shore and tell jellyfish that she can now go back to the ocean. She thanks you for your help and walks down to the water. She walks off into the sunset, eventually becoming completely submerged in the water. You light a fire on the beach, and you and your family start cooking the fish that you caught. A fun time is that, by all. 2 endings. Now for another. A boot. Lucky boot? Oh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get caught on your hook. I know you must have been trying to catch fish. The boots in this lake talk too? I suppose I do talk. Sorry if I startled you. This wouldn't do at all. I'm not going to feed my family a talking boot. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to interrupt your fishing. What should I do with her? Apologize for catching her. It's okay. These things happen. I'm sorry for catching you. Oh, no, it's okay. Really? I mean, it wasn't like I was doing anything of importance down there anyway. What were you doing when I caught you? Oh, I was, doing long-forgotten boot things. Like just sitting there at the bottom of the lake and wait for something to happen. Not much happened in the life of the boot. And the fish in the lake don't talk to me. Not even tuna. And tuna will talk to anyone. It does get kind of lonely. So yeah, nothing important. That sounds really boring. It kind of is. How did you end up in this lake? I used to belong to a guy named Johnny. Not me. He came to this lake for some work, but sort of ended up drowning somehow. I had a twin too, but she's long gone now. Boot really knows how to make the atmosphere grim. I should probably change the subject. Make small talk about the weather. Make small talk about the nuclear properties of this lake. Make small talk about your favorite types of shoes. So how's the nuclear waste treating this lake? You know about that? It tastes kind of fizzy. It's also been making the fish go a little funny. It's not very nice, honestly. I'm not a fan of it, since it's probably really bad for the lake. And everything in it, of course. You seem pretty worried about the state of this lake for a boot. I am worried. I mean, the nuclear waste is pollution, right? But so am I. That's probably why the fish don't talk to me. I wish I wasn't a boot in this lake. I didn't choose this life for myself. You didn't have any control over it. Why feel bad? because I have an effect on the health of this lake whether I like it or not. Nobody's going to just fish me out and dispose of me because that doesn't directly and immediately benefit anyone on the surface. I'm worthless here, up here, and detriment, and a detriment down there. I'm valued nowhere. I mean, at the very least, I probably would have disposed of you responsibly if you hadn't turned into a person. That would be better than hurting the lake. I still wish I was wanted by somebody. I'm sure somebody will come across you one day and find value in you. Thank you. Part of me knows that you're just being kind, though. I appreciate you trying to cheer me up. It's been nice talking to you. But I should probably get out of your way, shouldn't I? You've got your family to feed after all. It's been nice talking. But you're right, I do have a job for my family. I hope you catch some tasty fish. If you come fish here again, I'll make sure to stay clear of your hook. Boot gives you a bittersweet smile, then jumps out of your boat. She turns back into a boot and sinks to the bottom, leaving a trail of bubbles above her. I don't have any fish to feed for my wife and kids, so I cast my line once more. Okay, didn't get an ending. Orca! What's that doing in a lake? Holy crap! My life flashes before my eyes. An entire orca was about to land on my boat. I thought my boat was done for. It's a good thing the orca turned into a girl just before landing in the boat. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I know, I'm very tall. It's really embarrassing. I'm not sure if orcas are even edible. And even if they are, this isn't an orca anymore. It's a person. Can you please stop staring? Point out how tall she is. Apologize for staring. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to stare. It's that I'm so big, isn't it? I'm so tall. What? No. I just didn't expect to find an orca in a lake. Let alone one that turns into a human. Well, I used to live in the ocean. But some humans caught me and moved me to this lake. Why on earth would anybody do that? That seems so pointless, expensive, and, well, a touch cruel, really. From what I've overheard them saying, the health of this lake was poor for some reason, and they thought the best solution was to introduce new species. Jellyfish, anglerfish, orca. None of that makes any sense. Why would anyone just dump random animals in a lake? I mean, I don't get it either. But I'm too big for this place. It's so cramped. If only I were smaller. This environment is not meant for her. Agree with her. Orcas were never meant to live in lakes. It's not your fault for being big. It's the fault of the idiots who put you here in the first place. I mean, I'm not sure what sort of nonsense logic leads people to putting animals like you in a lake. But they definitely messed up. Regardless of who's the problem here, though, it doesn't change the fact that I'm out of place in this lake. Those guys aren't coming back to pick me up and put me back in the ocean or a bigger lake. This is where I am. And for where I am just too large. It must be hard. Yeah. Please do keep in mind that you've been dealt a crappy hand, though. This situation may suck for everyone involved. But how much space you take up means very little about who you are as a person. It's just your size. It's not a moral issue. It's not good or bad. Something things just are. You know? Why don't I take you to shore and we can get you back to the ocean? You don't have to keep living in this lake. I. Well. I didn't have a great time in the ocean, too. My pa treated me like I just took up space. The ocean is huge, but I still was too much of a space hog there, too. They're probably not wrong, to be honest. As much as I hate being in this lake, at least the fish don't say anything about me taking up space. It's the lesser of two evils. But what if there is a third option? Like what? You've turned into a human, so why not live on land? I can't say for certain if things will work out, but it might be worth a shot. But as a human, I'm so tall. As I said, height is not an issue. At worst, you might just need to duck through some door frames. That's got to be less restrictive than being in a lake, right? You catch a few fish, then take Orca to land. She seems nervous, wondering if the people on land will like her or not. You take her to meet your family. She joins you all for dinner and thoroughly enjoys the fish and chips your wife makes. During dinner time conversations, she gets along particularly well with your children. You and your wife have both been getting quite busy recently and discuss hiring her to help out with your children. You both decide to take her on as a nanny. She fits into your family perfectly and really enjoys her role. After a while, she doesn't fear taking up too much space because she realizes that this environment suits her better than any other has in the past. She has always been perfect as she is. She just needed to find a place where she could see that. Nothing wrong with being too tall. Look at Waluigi, for example. He seems okay with it. Sure, he might be cramped driving a cart in Mario Kart, but still. Another ending? Sure. Maybe I'll try again with Boot. Blobfish. Ugh. I don't feel so good. Um. Does she feel bad because he turned into a human? Or is it something else? Either way, I don't think blobfish belongs in the lake. They're from the coast of Australia, New Zealand, or maybe that one hell land. You get one. Alright, Tasmania. Yikes. What should I do with her? It's not like I could feed my family a sick fish. Miss Blobfish? Are you okay? You look a bit off. Uh-huh. Huh? A human? Are you okay? The pressure up here is really low. Not that it was much better at the bottom of this shallow lake. I feel ill. That's right, blobfish usually live under high pressures, don't they? I don't know how any of the other species put up with this lack of pressure. Say, don't you blobfish also start looking different with the pressure changes? Do we? She peers over the edge of the boat to see her reflection in the water. I'm hideous! I'm all pink and floppy! Why do my lips look like that? Oh dear. I doubtly hate this stupid low pressure. I feel ill and look like death. Hey, you don't look so bad as a person. What do you mean? I'm pink! Hey, at least you got a great personality. I bet you have a ton of friends. Personality over appearance. You don't even know me. We've been talking for like 2 minutes tops. Look, I can see you're not happy right now. I get why. You're certainly not in a good situation. Uh-oh. I'm going to be stuck like this forever. As a human or floppy thing? A floppy thing. Okay, sorry. At least I look a little less pudgy and squishy as a human, but this still sucks. I'm sorry that this has happened to you. How do you end up in a lake anyway? I don't remember. I got caught on something back in the ocean, and as I was getting pulled up, I blacked out. I woke up here. Ah, I see. And I suppose I woke up looking hideous like this too. That's rude. I guess there isn't much that can be done about some parts of your looks. It's best not to get caught up on the things you can't change, don't you think? Take charge of the parts of your appearance that you can control. Accessorize a bit. Look, I know I should probably be staying out of your business, since I don't know you and all, but you're here in my boat, clearly distressed. I don't know how to help, but I can't just sit here and watch you feel bad about yourself, you know. That would be rude of me. I mean... Look, I guess I put you in an awkward position here. I guess the only person who can really do anything about this is me. So I'm going to just go back into the lake and think about this on my own. I'm sorry for the disturbance. It's okay. I hope I helped in some way, even if it was a little. She tumbles out of the boat and turns back into her fish from the water. She sinks to the bottom out of sight. I don't have any fish to feed my wife and kids, so I cast my line once more. And not an ending. Alright. So that's 2 fails. I'm assuming if they jump back in the water, it's fail. Octopus! Whoa! Whoa! I'm a human! I knew I was too smart to be just an octopus. Oh! Another human? Hello, hi, fellow human. Hi. Wow, you're cute. Do you want a kiss? Excuse me, what? Oh, no. Oh, no. I love my wife too much for this. Quickly get rid of her. Explain that you have your wife and kids. Jump into the lake. Look, I appreciate that you think I'm cute, but... I have a wife. Oh, easy. Break up with her. Wow. And kids. You can just send them off to boarding school. I have you know that I love my family very much and I will not be breaking up with anyone or sending anybody away. Playing hard to get, I see. I'm willing to play along. Wink! So what brings a handsome angler as yourself to this lake? I'm catching dinner. For my wife and children. Who you will not steal from me from. Wow, if you're catching dinner, you must think I look like a snack. I don't like calamari. Wow, you're not just a pretty face. You're stupid too. Rude. Don't worry, I like being the smart one in a relationship. Wink emoji. Hey! How am I stupid? Calamari is squid. You should have said that you didn't like takoyaki or satapati. Nerd. But you didn't, which is just so cute. Anyway, I've asked you a question. You turn. Ask me one. Look, lady, I don't have any questions for you. I just like to request that you stop hitting on me. Oh, but how could I? You're just so adorable. I can't just not hit on you. I'm going to keep going until your face is as red as my hair. At this rate, I'm only going to go red with frustration. Frustration? That we haven't made out of yet. No. Look, I can't keep telling you no. Because you want to say yes? No, because I'm getting very tired of this. You already have zero chance with me. If you're not going to properly acknowledge the things I say, then you're surely mistaken that I'd ever want to be with you. I have a beautiful wife that makes me feel valued. She listens to what I have to say, and she cares about what I do and do not want. Wow, she sounds boring. What you're looking for in a relationship is clearly not what I want. So please, can you just drop this already? But I just turned into a human and you're the first human I've been able to talk to. How could I not have feelings for you? Look, it's okay to have feelings. I never said that it was wrong. But you have to understand that I have my own emotions about this. You're making me very uncomfortable. You can have your feelings, but you can also keep them to yourself. Especially ones you are told that they clash with mine. I suppose. I think. Maybe I'm not suited to be a human after all. I'm sorry, I'll leave you alone now. Bye. She flops out of your boat looking rather saddened. She turns back to an octopus and swims out of sight. I don't have any fish to feed my wife and kids, so I cast my line once more. 3 out of 3. I peer down into the water. It's late, and all the fish have retreated. Every fish I caught today turned into a woman, and so I had to let them go. I came to the sad realization that I will be bringing no fish home tonight. I rowed back to shore, packed up my belongings into my ute, and began to drive home. As my house comes to view, I can't help but feel like I've let my family down. I park my car, and enter my home. My children are excited to see me. My beautiful wife greets me with a kiss. Welcome home, darling. Hi, honey. What's wrong, honey? You seem upset. I'm sorry, dear. The new fish spot was a dud. She seems a little sad, but gives me an understanding smile. I can hear my children quietly whining with disappointment. That's okay. I was going to make fish and chips tonight, but I can just make salad and chips instead. Dinner will be ready soon. Go and rest. You've worked hard today. You haven't caught any fish today, but your family doesn't love you any less. Maybe tomorrow you'll come across a better fishing spot. One with less fish that turns into humans. And an ending. I guess this is fail ending. Or just any ending. I don't know. Alright, we'll see if I can get the other endings. So here we go. There are hearts here. I've already read it before. We won't read it again. And I'm assuming these minuses mean bad. What an octopus is doing in the lake. Ooh, thirsty for details, are we? You literally just told me to ask you a question. I haven't always lived in this lake. I'm actually from up the road. What would a factory up the road need with an octopus? Not the factory, the aquarium. There's an aquarium up there too. I didn't even know I should probably take the kids there. I should probably take the kids there sometime. I got so sick of being trapped in an exhibit. I mean, I'm clearly smart enough to be a human, so it was obviously a mistake that it was an octopus. So I used my brains and escaped. However, when I got out, I was still stuck in an octopus body. I crawled all the way down the road, unsure what to do. So when I came across the lake, I was like, screw it. Maybe I just need a change of scenery. And that's how I ended up here. Wow, you're such a great listener. This must be a sign that we're compatible. No. Look, I can keep telling you no. Because you want to say yes? Not. No, because I'm getting tired of this. You've already have zero chance with me. But if you're not going to properly acknowledge the things I say, then you're sorely mistaken that I never asked to be with you. I have a beautiful wife that makes me feel valued. She listens to what I have to say. And she cares about what I do and do not want. Wow, she sounds boring. What you're looking for in a relationship is clearly not what I want. So please, can you just drop this already? But I just turned into a human and you're the first human I've been able to talk to. How could I not have feelings for you? And hearts. Look, it's okay to have feelings. I never said I was wrong. But you have to understand that I have my own emotions about this. You're making me very uncomfortable. You can have your feelings, but you can also keep them to yourself. Especially ones you are told that they clash with mine. I suppose. I think I have a lot to learn about being human. I'm sorry for hitting on you and making you uncomfortable. I accept your apology. I should probably leave you now. Now hang on, don't you want to be a human and live on land? I mean, I did, but I'm clearly not ready for such a thing. You can just learn as you go. We all do. You clearly got a good head on your shoulders. And why not give being human a proper go before resigning yourself to the lake again? Octopus uses her tentacles to grab some fish out of the water to make amends to you. You thank her for her help, and bring her to land. You offer for her to meet your wife and kids, but she declines. She says that maybe one day in the future she will, but for now she wants to learn about being human. You part ways and bring the fish home with your wife to cook. She makes an amazing curry with them. Years later, your eldest child is attending a reputable university. You go to meet with them on campus one day and see that one of their classmates is Octopus. She doesn't see you, but she looks happy with her life and is surrounded by a large group of friends. That's Octopus's ending. Now for the others that we missed. Ask what's wrong, hearts. We read it. I'm not reading it again. Say that pink is a nice color and it suits her. Pink is a nice color. I think it looks good on you. Are you pitying me? No. I just like the color pink. Fine. Look, I can see you're not happy right now. I get why you're certainly not in a good situation. Oh. I'm going to be stuck like this forever. As a human or floppy thing. A floppy thing. We read this. And the hearts. I guess there isn't much that I can be done about parts of you. It's best not to get caught up with things you can't change, don't you think? Take charge of the parts of your appearance that you can control. Accessorize a bit. Look, I know I should probably be staying out of your business, since I don't know you and all. But you're here in my boat, clearly distressed. I don't know how to help, and I can't just sit here and watch you feel bad about yourself, you know. That would be rude of me. I mean... Look, I guess I put you in an awkward position here. I guess the only person who can really do anything about this is me. So, I don't have a question. I do have a question. Yes? You humans change your appearances all the time, don't you? Different clothes, different hair, etc. We can do that. You can just go and change the things, right? Yes, it's really simple, actually. So let's just say I didn't want pink hair anymore. She's dyeing it. Hair color dye. You finish catching your fish and take Blobfish back to land with you. You drop her fish off at home and let your wife know when you'll be home by. You and Blobfish go straight to a hair salon. She chooses to dye her hair black. You swing past a clothes store and Blobfish picks out some clothes, all in black. You take her back home with you, and your wife had just finished making dinner. Blobfish joins you for your meal. During it, she asks your wife what the colors on her face are, and learns that what makeup is. She seems fascinated by the possibilities and wants to try it for herself. Your wife lends Blobfish some makeup, and she uses it to create a rather amateurish look. Blobfish is proud of it, though, and you couldn't be happier for her. She gets a happy ending. Yay! They've all been happy. Maybe. Alright, well, there's still Boot left, so here we go. Oh. So sorry. Okay, so apologizing is negatives. Even though, so you wasted valuable time I could use to catch actual fish. You should really stay clear of fishing hooks in the future. You're right. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to get caught, but I'll be more careful in the future. What were you even doing in that you got caught in my hook? Oh, I was, doing long forgotten Boot things. Like just sitting there at the bottom of the lake, and stuff we read already. So how's the nuclear waste treating this lake? You know about that? We read it before. It's a shame that you're probably just going to keep living this way. Yeah, sometimes I dream of things changing, but I know it's just a fantasy. I'm going to be a pollutant forever. No intentions or hopes of mine are going to change that. Maybe I'd feel better about it if I kept myself realistic about it all. It's been nice talking to you, but I should probably get out of your way, shouldn't I? You've got your family to feed after all. It's been nice talking, but you're right, I do have a job for my family. I hope you catch some tasty fish. If you come to fish here again, I'll be sure to stay clear of your hook. Alright, here we go. Apologize for catching her. I wish I could help, but I don't know how I can. It's okay. I appreciate having somebody to talk to for once. This is the most valuable I have felt in a long time, actually. Being listened to felt a bit like a distant dream at the bottom of the lake. So imagine having a full-blown conversation. It's been nice talking to you, but I should probably get out of your way, shouldn't I? You've got your family to feed after all. Now hang on. If you jump back in, you won't just keep being litter in the lake. Well, yeah. But what other choice do I have? So far, you've only told me that two scenarios look like for you. You could keep on going as an item of litter in this lake, or you could be of value to someone on land. That second one is never going to happen. But what about valuing yourself? How could I value... You're a person now. You don't need to go back in the lake, and you aren't an object to be wanted by others. If I take you to shore, you could do whatever you wanted. You don't have to be a discarded boot or pollutant. You could be anything. You're right. Maybe I need to see value in myself. And once you do that, others will be sure to follow. Wow. I guess, would it be too much to ask for you to take me to shore? I want to go somewhere where I can feel happier about myself. Consider it done. You row Boot to shore. She seems a bit nervous about her future, but you're certain she'll discover something about herself that lets her feel better about herself. You part ways. She begins walking towards the road, and you head back onto the lake to catch your family's dinner. You don't hear from her about her for years, until one day you read the morning paper and see a familiar face. And then the next week you see that her face in the paper again, and then the week after that too. To say that Boot has been busy is an understatement. She solved the murder of her late owner, Johnny. She shut down the factory up the road. She uncovered a scheme involving the illegal displacement of various marine species to nearby lakes. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. One of your kids comes to you with a crayon drawing of Boot, saying that they'd like to be like her one day. You couldn't be prouder. Good job, Boot. She is definitely a lucky Boot. Luckier than the one on the death road. Every time I pick that up, bad things seem to always happen. But this Boot, she's a lucky one. Alright, I do believe that's all the endings. Even the one where you catch nothing. Or go home empty-handed. But that wraps up this Valentine's special. Bit last minute, yes, but sure, why not? Right? Alright, goodbye, farewell, thanks for watching, see you in the next.